assume that it's okay, and I'm going to crack on. I've got less than 20 minutes now. So, uh, the main thing that I wanted to do, we were talking last week about this payment gateway setup, and I wanted to show you that I've got a real payment can take place because I didn't have a real account set up that could receive funds properly. Now, I haven't really had time to set this up, so this is going to be a bit, it's going to be a bit gross. And the other problem is, as you can see, I'm looking at you over there, I'm looking at the work over here, so it's a little bit awkward. And the reason for that is because I want to try something new that I've not, that I just found out the other day, which looks really cool. Because, as I said last time, the open banking stuff is very mobile heavy. There's quite a big focus on using your phone to complete a payment. Um, and so, yeah, I want to demonstrate that as best I can. And I want to use this tool called Bezel that was announced the other day, which is very cool. So we're going to jump into that. I'm just closing some of all of my windows again because, I'm never prepared for this. So we've got that, and then I'm going to hop over to the coding screen and we can have a go. And I've got this one can go over here, and this can get out of the way. Right, let's jump to coding. I don't know if you can see me actually. Is that? Oh, I've minimized it rather than shifting it to the other screen. So on display one. Where's that going to appear? Oh, it's going to appear here. That's gross. Sorry. And then if I do this, I'm back. Right. Let's go. So, quick recap. We were testing creating a payment. We had to punch in, I hard coded this merchant ID. I've got a new one for us, a new one. And this is the live one. So this is the one that's going to let us take a real payment. So basically the process that I had to go through there was to just complete a form, a type form, which then the Trello team set up the account. I mean, they've got it automated, but they set up the account and they send me the ID of the merchant account. So this is the merchant account. The new one. This is the one that's going to take a real payment. And I'm going to do something here. Why? That's very weird. Okay. Scuppered by technology yet again. Why? I've done something weird here. Oh, I think I know what this is. I think I changed the setting the other day when I was looking at all of my security stuff. It'll be this. It will be that. Yes. Okay, fine. Good. That's good to know. It's not just me being a complete dummy. Right. So what we should be able to do now, and what I want to demonstrate, is scanning the QR code that we get redirected to, and taking you through a real payment flow and kind of showing that it's real. that it works. I'm just going to use a small amount. I'm going to use a custom amount. I think we were allowed to do that. I don't think I've made any specific limitations on what that can be here anymore. Yeah, I cut that out. So, right. I'm gonna say £50, right? Because £50 is quite a reasonable amount of money that you might take from somebody when they're, say, completing a e-commerce checkout, whatever. Let's have a look what this looks like. Let's do pay now. And what I'm going to do, because there's a little bit of like obvious security issues here, this is a live payment and I'm going to be showing you real stuff. I'm just going to watch what's happening on my phone before I bring it onto the screen, right? So just so that you can get an idea of what this is going to look like. This is my phone right now. I'm going to scan this QR code, right? Which takes a moment. Now you can see what the Trello UI looks like on a phone. Okay, so it's telling me who I'm paying, how much I'm paying. There's a little bit there that probably as a merchant I would want to control. You know, like I would want to own some of the messaging, maybe some of the styling. Let's see what comes out of that later on. I'm not too worried about that now. Sign in or create your account to make the most of Trello and get a boost whenever you shop. Well, that sounds interesting from a consumer perspective, but I'm going to skip that for now. I'm just going to guess checkout. Right, and now it's telling me the bank that it wants me to use, or it's asking me to choose which is my bank. So I'm going to choose my bank. It happens to be Monzo. I don't know what this is going to show me now, so it's probably going to try and open the Monzo app. So I'm just going to drag this. Okay, no, first it tells me that it's confirmed with Monzo, so now it wants me to pay the £50. So I'm going to do that. And then that's going to open Monzo. Right, so I need to... okay, I can't show you this because it's got too many details and I can't kind of skip them, but basically, not skip them, I can't hide them on the fly, so I'm having to hide it like this, so you'll just have to take my word for it. In the Monzo app, it has given me details of the amount, the recipient, their bank account details, so for the UK, sort code, account number, and a reference for this payment, which is the name of the company again, or the name of the merchant according to Trello's system, and then some sort of unique reference number, which Trello have created, not me. So I'm just going to continue with that. And it just says, all done. Now it's taken me back to Trello on my phone. And this suggests that it's completed. So the payment's been made. Right. And let me just, I want to confirm that. And just before right. So that's the Monzo screen that says the payment was made. You sent the company, and that's the reference number. You can see that Trello came up with for me. Let's put it in the notes. Interesting. Now I'm just going to flip to the actual bank that that money has been sent to, and hopefully I can show you what that looks like as well. this is very cool. Um, nice. Here, this is a NatWest account. So this is where it all gets really interesting, and I'm super excited. Where are we? Let's bring this back. I'm going to get rid of this again. I'm going to close that down. So I know this isn't much and we haven't really coded anything, and I'm sorry that I wasted, I don't know, 5 minutes faffing around with audio. And I'm also sorry that my audio isn't quite as good today anyway, because I don't have my little microphone because I didn't have time to get set up properly, which is really bad. And I will get better at this. Um, but hopefully, as you've been able to see, just from that very simple flow, it is a very simple flow. I've gone from my web page. Let's switch back to here so we can talk properly. I've gone from my web page, my um, it could be, like as the merchant, my own e-commerce page, but as the marketplace that I'm sort of thinking this service as being in the middle, it's gone from the marketplace's page, acting on behalf of the merchant, taking the customer to a payment flow on the payment gateway, which is Trello, onto the phone, their phone, to their banking app, to just tap a couple of times. They've typed nothing. They've typed no email address. They've done, I mean, in that case, they would have had to. I had happened to be logged in on my phone, which is also a bit frustrating because I forgot that that was still logged in there to the Trello account that I already had. But they might have to type an email address. That's it. Then they go to their banking app. They tap a few screens to just confirm the payment. And then they're back at Trello saying it's done. The only thing that's not happened here is this screen, for some reason, hasn't updated the final page on the browser to take me back to the rest of the flow. And I don't know why that is. That's some bug. But step, 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 done, payments made. That's number one. It's super fast, super easy. Great. Number two, maybe you noticed this. I said, I want to charge this person £50. And in the bank account for the merchant, the recipient, it was there in, I don't know, 30 seconds, maybe less, which is incredible. And number two of number two, number one of number two, it was there very quickly. Number two of number two, it was the full amount. There was no siphoning of funds. There was no, like, Trillo's just going to take this, like 1% or whatever. There was no fees at all. No fees at all. I, as the customer, spent £50. The merchant received £50. You cannot do that anywhere else at the moment. Not like this. And if you think that you can do that in any other way, I would love to see it. That is just mind blowing. Um, I think this is the future of payments online. I can't I can't see what else you're talking about. People being able to use the banks that they're already comfortable with. They're making a payment to the services that they are wanting to use, and there's really no middleman taking anything out of the picture. You've got a service provider that's, hopefully, from my point of view, a marketplace that's giving tooling to these people. And then you've got the payment gateway, which is just doing all of the security stuff and making sure that the two accounts that are connecting together are doing the right thing. And by the way, Trello supports doing refunds as well. So you can log into their panel and do a refund. I'm sure that will be something they can provide via an API as well at some point, which means it's two-way. So if something has gone wrong, it can be reversed. This is Like, why would you use Stripe anymore when they're going to charge you, I don't, whatever it is, 20, let's say it's 20 pence and then 2% on a £50 transaction. You like you're talking, you've already spent £1.20. Like are you doing any volume of those? That's a huge proportion of your income as a merchant. It's crazy. Um, yeah, this is it. This is the future. It's here. I feel like it's here, and we've just witnessed it. Um, I don't know how to say that any clearer, really. Well, I have to go. It's been a bit of a whirlwind 20 minutes, and I know we haven't really touched any code, which I wanted to do. So maybe next week, what we'll do is start to move this now that we've got a full flow proven out, move this into a proper Laravel app. So we'll set aside a little bit more time next week to to give this a proper go. How does that sound? Don't know if anybody's still here, so you're possibly not going to answer. But to me, that sounds like a good idea. And I don't know where. Oh yeah, let's get. No, that's fine. So um, come again next week, and then we'll move all of this rubbishy PHP code into a proper Laravel app, and we'll start to flesh this thing out and decide what it even should be, because this is super exciting and interesting. Uh, quick. Oh, I see some chat. Um, Christoph. Hey, Christoph, if you're still here, thank you for joining, and thank you for putting Lara streamers together. Um, let's see. Are you still here? Is the question. Let's go, because I can't see from the chat window that I've got if you are or not. I can only see your message. Well, it says one person's watching. Maybe it's not Christoph. But to answer his question, is this one app you can use on a Mac to show the phone? Forget the name. It's called Bezel. Um, yeah, it's very good. And hopefully you just saw that it's actually quite slick in the way that it works. So it's free to download and try, but then they're asking for payment to support the ongoing usage, which I think I'm going to do because I think that was a great demo. There are bits that I would love to see on that. I think there's a lot they could do more with it. But anyway, that's cool. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching if you're watching on the record. I am going to go now because I've got a call in about 10 seconds. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I don't know what to do.